cutout. I'm going to show y'all an easier way to do it than perhaps you are accustomed to. With this picture of the lovely Emma Stone here, and we're going to cut her out of the background, put her into InDesign, and then wrap some text around her. Probably the easiest way to do this is to get the magic wand tool or the quick selection tool. I like the quick selection tool because I can just click and drag over exactly what I want in the photo, and it does a pretty good job most of the time finding the edges. Sometimes you got to touch it up here and there, but it does a pretty good job for the most part. If you want, you can go into the select and modify your selection, smooth it out, expand your selection with just a few pixels here and there. That might make it a little smoother. What I'm going to do after I have her selected is I'm going to copy. I just hit Command C, but all that does is this. I'm going to copy my selection there, and then I am going to make a new file. Now, my artboard here is going to be the exact size as whatever I have copied. The only other thing I want to make sure is that I have my background contents on transparent. I'll click Create. Now I can either Command V to paste, or if I just hate myself and I want to do things the long way, I can go into Edit and paste. There she is. Wow. After I've got that cut out with a transparent background, I'm just going to save this file as like Emma Stone cutout, and I'm just going to save it to the desktop. Make sure that you have it on a Photoshop file. You want the PSD, whatever, not post-traumatic stress, but Photoshop document. Then we're done with Photoshop. We can close that. Yada yada. I guess it's still going. Earlier, the thing I'm using to record quit on me. Thought it did it again, but it appears we're still rolling. At any rate, open up InDesign. That's very strange. I must be asking too much of it. There you see some old files, but whatever. Just for the sake of an example. Oh look, it's a yearbook. Once you're in here and you've got your document or whatever document you're working with, you're in a file place just like you would any other photo, but you're going to select that Photoshop document, paste it in here like so, and that should be good. Let's move her where we want her. If you hold down Command and Shift at the same time, you can resize, and it will keep the person in your photo frame proportional. Oh, let's run her off the page. It'll look like she's peeking over the edge at us. Like that. Alright, so what we want to do now is we want to put a text wrap on her. Now, if you did this right now and you just skip straight to the text wrap, it's going to put it on the box around her, but we want it to be around her specifically. So make sure you have your entire frame selected here. Then you're going to go to Object, Clipping Path, Options. That's Object, Clipping Path, Options. You're going to put this on Alpha Channel, and then you can just click OK. Wow. So you see that puts, rather than having like the full Photoshop document in there, you've got just got her. It eliminates that background. With that selected, don't click anywhere except for text wrap, and you're going to do the one with the object shape, not the bounding box. Bounding box would be the entire thing, but we want to put one just around her. I'm going to put on a 10-point text wrap, like so. And you see that gives her a little aura there, a little blue line, 10 points outside of her. Text will not go inside of that. So now, if I create a text box like so, take it to my margin, I'm going to fill this with placeholder text. You see the text wraps right around her head perfectly. Contours exactly to the shape. Now, if you did want, if it was doing something kind of funky, you didn't like where it was going, you can always grab her and move these little dots to make it, give yourself a little more space to work with. But for the most part, that's going to be exactly what you want. Now, the only other thing that might mess with you, no text will go over her right now, not even if I had a headline that I wanted to go over her. But there's a way around that too. Let's make that headline nice and big like a headline would be. See, if I put it over right now, it's going to disappear because the text wrap's there. So I'm going to put that over there, and I'm going to select, I'm going to go to Object, I'm going to go to the Text Frame Options, and in here I can tell it to ignore the text wrap. Click that. Headline's going to go right over Miss Emma there. Whatever, it would never go there. I could even put a text wrap on that too. And now the text will wrap around both her and the headline, so I could do something like that. Wow. Let's see if I can make that a little easier to see there. Mess with my swatches. This isn't going to be like super pretty or anything, but that's really bad. I don't know why I did that. There. And it's still going to be hideous, but you get the idea. So now you know how to do a cutout, you know how to wrap text around it, and you know how to make text ignore the text wrap that you just made. Easy peasy. Y'all should have no trouble with any of that. That looks pretty good.